Hello and welcome to the Pizza Kitchen. I'm your host, Brian Hernandez, and today we're joined by Chef Michele D'Amelio, the corporate chef of Caputo. Hello, how are you doing today, Michele?
Good. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, thank you so much for coming out. It seems you brought a whole plethora of things for us to play with today.
But something from Italy.
Oh, very nice. Why don't you explain what we have here in front of us?
Here we have some gluten-free flour developed from Caputo, and we have today a good recipe to show our friends for making pizza, bread, focaccia, anything they want.
It's in smaller bags, so you can do smaller batches. You don't have to buy larger
Yeah.
bags of flour because gluten-free is, kind of on a need-to-serve basis. So you don't always have to prep as much as you do with other stuff. So
You're right.
we've got a lot of stuff to do today, so
Yeah.
we need to really get
We
going.
need moving.
Yes, chef, let's go. All right, so it looks pretty simple. Small bags. How's it work?
Okay, first of all, so the recipe is on the bag. Easy.
All right.
First thing, we measure all the ingredients. We have water, salt, fresh yeast, and extra virgin olive oil. First thing, we're gonna pour the water in the mixer. And we use a KitchenAid because it's a small version. It's a small batch, so we don't make this in 55 pounds. We make this in only 1 kilo, which is 2.1 pounds. First thing, we're gonna melt the yeast in the water.
Okay, and this is just, we're not just gonna throw in the fresh yeast. We wanna get it fully dissolved, kind of melt it down like you said.
Even if it was dry yeast, we gotta whisk, and we whistle until we don't see a little foam on the top of the water.
Okay.
Okay, once we did that, we can pour in a mixer over 50% of the bag.
Okay. So just over half the bag at first?
I don't want to put all bag in one shot because I would like to let it absorb the water little by little. And we let it start.
So we lock it and we're putting it on the first low speed.
Yeah, slow speed, nothing crazy. Next ingredient is salt.
Okay.
I'm gonna add the salt as soon as I see some development, some creamy dough come together.
Okay, very good.
And also we don't want to put yeast and salt together because it can affect on fermentation. But after you mix, you can make the pizza right away or focaccia. You can really do it right away.
Now we're adding some salt.
Yes.
There's been a little more formation just in the last minute that we've been talking, in fact, too. And I see you're adding it all around. Since it is a KitchenAid, it doesn't have the mixing power that like one of the bigger industrial mixers will have. So you don't want to dump it in one spot and hope it's going to spread around.
And what we can do is get in a spatula later and clean the sides of the bowl, so it's easy for us. I think it's ready for the second part.
Okay. So did you just go with the rest of the dough?
Just go with the rest.
All right, so split it up and add the second part a little bit after your salt.
That's it. Close and back again.
All right, very nice.
I don't want to add all in one shot, but just gonna add constantly a little, just like that.
For about 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, and then once again, it's becoming smooth and not liquid, but just looks like dough.
It is.
Go figure. Looks like dough.
Guess what we're doing?
I love that.
Okay, now we're gonna mix for another few minutes until we don't see the dough. It's not smooth, but all one sees is one body.
All right, so we've had another couple minutes. It's looking like you were saying one body. You're not seeing any random areas of flour not being mixed.
Pretty good. So we're gonna stop the mixer, and you can see. What I highly recommend is to have a little side of olive oil and put on gloves. It's easy, and put on your hands because it helps to don't get your hands stuck in the dough.
Got it.
So once we have that, I'm gonna clean this hook. You see, for be 80% hydrated, it doesn't stick on the gloves. All right, now we are ready to portion it, to scale, and to wrap it in plastic. First thing I did,
a little oil on the scale too, once again.
Okay. And it's the easiest way is to grab a piece of dough that's it.
What are your average dough balls you recommend for this?
I do 300 grams. If we want to do some pizza about 12, 13 inches. But if you do pizza in a pan, you can do your preferable size.
Does this perform well in a wood-fired oven?
Oh, perfect.
Does it? Okay.
Perfect.
We'll have to try that out then.
And if you do at home, I highly recommend to do in a pan.
In a pan?
It's easier.
Okay.
It's easier. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You don't need to really roll in some way. It just make it round. That's what I'm doing. And drop over there and just wrap as a candy.
Roll it over there.
Yep. Close that. Close the side. There we go. Once we have that, take the air out of that. Okay. And then just roll it like this. There we go. It'll be so easy to storage that.
All right, so now we've made our gluten-free dough and we are ready to make a Neapolitan style pizza and cook it on a wood-fired oven with gluten-free mix. Okay, so this is exciting.
Yep. Okay, you can see already how proof it, so it was not the same when we rolled it. So believe it or not, it's proofing a little bit more. Okay, so what we're doing now is just open the candy.
Nice, I like that, it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Let's prep a little bit. Well, definitely we're gonna stretch with the same flour, which is gluten-free. We're not gonna stretch with the regular flour, otherwise it wouldn't be no gluten-free anymore. Okay.
It's not even gluten-friendly at that point.
No. Well, maybe some people get confused, so better make sure those things.
For sure.
Okay.
It's a good tip.
There we go. Roll in the flour. This is out. Okay, well, what I'm trying to do now is just trying to make sure it's getting no sticky. Okay? So, try to make a little flat flour and I'm going down. So the first thing I'm going to do is just press a little bit, really gentle on the crust.
Is it similar to how you would make a Neapolitan, or as far as stretch out a Neapolitan?
I'm going to fill it. See, it's very soft.
Soft, and it is not sticky when you coat it in the other flour. Okay, or the gluten-free mixture.
Yes. Okay, so I gently pushing down, and with my right hand I just hold the crust to make sure that it doesn't crack or give a better shape.
You want to do most of the work on the table and not be lifting it up as much.
And I always help myself with the spatula or with something. Make sure that it doesn't really stick. Okay.
Wow, and that does seem to be stretching out a lot easier than other ones that I've seen that are very dry and crumbly.
Yeah.
When you try to push them out, you'll see the cracks in the
edge.
Yeah,
that's what I was mentioned during the mixing.
Yeah.
If we do lower hydration, it's gonna be tough, and every time you're gonna try to stretch, it's gonna crack.
So the higher hydration has it acting more like a dough.
Yes.
It's still gonna come back at you like a little bit of gluten-free with attitude. They always want you to know that, hey, I'm gluten-free. You gotta treat me with a little more respect.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as stretching it out, you can't just manhandle me like you would some other dough.
No, it's gonna break. So you see, if I don't put I gotta be very delicate. So we're ready to proceed with tomato sauce.
And then when you're topping, you want to be gentle as to not push it further into the...
Yeah, I mean, it's not really... I am gentle anyway. Now we're gonna put the basil. There we go, and some fresh mozzarella. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. There we go. There we go.
Boom, it's on there.
And they're ready to bake.
Neapolitan pizza has been cooked.
Yes.
We use the chow whole peel tomatoes, just some fresh mozz, some basil, and olive oil, and we're ready to taste this. We have some good char around the edges. We even got some leoparding, some bubbles coming up. So
bubble in the crust.
all right, let's hear how it crunches. Yeah, you can hear the crunch on the very edge.
There you go.
All right, so here's the moment of truth.
So now you're gonna tell me what you think
You
about.
can even see on the bottom, it's got some nice char patterns. Folds over, it's got the nice crisp sound when you fold it too, just like Neapolitan, holds itself. Ciao.
Salute.
Salud.
Can you tell me it's gluten free?
Good. No, honestly, I probably couldn't.
No.
It's got soft in the middle. I'm gonna try over here at the edge. Mm-hmm. It's drier and crispier at the edge, but it's airy.
Yeah. It's tastes as the consistency is a doughy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of regular, which is it's pretty impressive.
All right, well, thank you for making a believer out of me that you can get some good gluten-free Neapolitan pizza.
Yeah, we can make happy a lot of people with that.
So here's a little addendum. We've actually had some extra gluten-free dough, and I was asking Michele, what else can you do with this gluten-free, flour mix that they have at Caputo, the Fiore Glut, and what did you come up with?
Well, we come up with pan pizza, Detroit style, however you want to define that. Basically, we get 2 doubles, sticky cheddar, and we press out in the pan, and we let it rest for about 30 minutes on the oven, on a warm spot, obviously covered with plastic. And we just give it more a little rising to get more crumble in the dough.
And what you can see here is, if I can show here, there's some contrast. You can see that there is the air bubbles coming up from all the fresh yeast. So it is acting like a regular dough.
The first thing we're gonna do is just gonna put on top.
Out to the edges like a Detroit to get some of that caramelization.
Yes. And we're gonna bake it now.
How hot's the oven?
550. Yep.
So we're at 550 and we're gonna leave it for how long?
Until it not cook it.
Until it's cooked. All right. Oh.
There we go.
And he is not skimping on the corner pieces. Look at these. Oh my gosh. Ready? Mmm.
I can do this every day.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad job.
Well, I hope you guys can do it and have fun as we have today.
Oh yeah, and this is something that you can do at home or in your pizzerias. It's available on Amazon, or you can reach out to Orlando Foods.
We'll be happy to assist you with any questions.
Yep, so you've seen how we do it here. You get the bag, it tells you the recipe on the back. You guys try it out in your homes and your pizzerias. Thank you guys for joining us so much. Salute e mangia.
Ciao.